Guess what time it is? It's Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. And you are watching HSN Gets Crafty with yours truly, Suzanne Runyon. Hey everybody, how are you? It is so good to see you. I am thrilled you're here tonight. So let me kind of explain, because many of you are new to the fun we have. So what Tuesday nights are all about is we've been doing this going into, well, this is now well into our third year. And it's a special show. And if you see me on TV talk about it, DeWitt has joined me. Would you like to get your cameo? There's DeWitt's cameo. It's fabulous. DeWitt, you do me a favor. That monitor is way over that way.
Which way?
Could you slide it that way? Yeah. Slide, 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 slide. Ooh, it didn't want to move, does it? This is live, by the way, if you didn't know. Thank you. And then if you can straighten it. I'm like, sorry, when you're looking at stuff and it's like this, you're like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Okay, thank you, that's perfect. Okay, anyway, so DeWitt is my producer slash director slash everything, executive producer this week. And I'm yours truly, Suzanne Runyon. So here's the story on the show. What we do, and the reason I love this so much, is it's a huge part about you, me being able to see what you're doing now with our Facebook group, and really us having a great time, really taking a deep dive into products. Now, when I'm on the air, we go, 100 miles an hour, and we have to rush through everything. And tonight, Marilyn Olskamp and the Exquisite team has put together really good stuff in individual kits that we all need. What you're gonna see tonight, everyone can use. It's not like, oh, I don't crochet or I don't sew or I don't need a light. No, everything you're gonna see tonight is core great stuff. And it's all brand new special kits. Like we reconfigured a favorite and a deal you can't beat. And once you see how it works, and those of you, when you see it, are gonna go, oh, I love this stuff. It's great. So all new stuff, but we do have a reconfig on something coming up, and everyone can use what you're about to see. Okay, but first, here's what we're doing. I'm going to only do a couple shout outs, and I'm sorry because we have a ton to get into, and then we're going to get into actually creating together. So I'll just start. Unfortunately, it's going to be brief. DeWitt is doing everything tonight, so hopefully if you are a first timer, put first timer, and if I miss it, hopefully DeWitt will catch it. If I happen to both of us miss it because there's only two of us here, then I'm sorry. But we love you because you're brand new. So let's get started. I always like to see who's the first one on because I think this is really fun. Also, by the way, YouTube, Evelyn's not here tonight, so if you're watching us live on YouTube, unfortunately, I won't be able to see your comments tonight. She usually reads them to me because I can't see both sites at one time in the system we have. All right, Kathy from Winterbauer. Hi from Pennsylvania. Winterbauer, it sounds German. Pamela's from Phoenix, Arizona. Julie, hi Suzanne and Crafting Cuties from Lincoln, Nebraska. Have a beautiful day. Well, I hope we did have a beautiful day. Connie says hello from Tucson, Arizona. Coletta's back from Kansas. Hi, Coletta. We have Gail joining us and Elaine, and she says, hi, Suzanne and Crafting Cuties. Lois says hi from Philly. Love Philly. I used to live just outside of it. Eddie, hi from Northwest Colorado. Christina, hello, Suzanne and Crafting Cuties. Lynn says hi. Desiree, hi, Suzanne. Hello, Crafting Cuties. I love you guys are shouting out to our whole group. It's so much fun. Joanne joins from Florida. Monique's from Maryland. Lynn's from Illinois. Patricia says, happy Crafting Tuesday, all. Wendy is from Pennsylvania. We have Janet from Topeka, Kansas. Coletta says, hello, DeWitt. She says, hi, DeWitt. Leanne, hello from Maryland. Is MN? No, Minnesota. Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. Sorry about that. Hello from Minnesota. Julie, hey, DeWitt, looking great. You're getting thumbs up, DeWitt. In his fabulous suit. Nora, hi from New York. I love our New Yorkers. Kara's joining us from Michigan. Margaret, hi Suzanne and friends. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. I think it's Nisi says, hello Suzanne. I love the scissors, Nisi. That's adorable. Lenine, hi Lenine from Washington. I still have to make some tulle creepy flowers for you. I promised to get them. Just been really busy. Yes, we did. I used tulle on these flip-flops. We did a whole flip-flop series for the summer, and I used tulle on those, and she was talking about her creepy flowers. I said, you've got to post them on our Facebook group. And so hopefully she will do that. Yes, Lenine, please do that. I'd love to see your creepy flowers. Betty's joining us. We have Brenda here. Joyous is joining us from Michigan. Love that name. That's such a great name. Stefan, hi Stefan from Palm Springs. Did he get my information to send me my tennis card? So we're good, Stefan, it's on the way. I will actually show the card. Stefan's very talented, and I'll tell you how you can see a lot of his stuff in just a second. Beverly says, looking for the fun tonight from Tennessee. Jeannie says, so glad I didn't forget tonight. Watching from Detroit metro area of Michigan. Hi. Linda's joining us from California. Donna from South Jersey. Kathy from Las Vegas. Susan's here. Lois is a first timer. Hello, welcome. Danita, she says hi from Houston. Hi, Danita. We have Susan, first timer from Reno, Nevada. Well, hi, it's so nice to see you. Kimberly, hi, beautiful, and team love from Walla Walla, Washington. Hi, Kimberly. We have Adam's back. Hola, Suzanne. Hola to you, Adam. Loretta from Texas. Yolanda from California. Joanne from New Jersey. Crafty Gals joining us from Connecticut. Marie from New York. Shirley from Alaska. We love it when we have those of you who are like really far away from Florida. It's so cool. Sue is joining South Carolina. Connie, it's first timer. Hi, Connie. Welcome. We have Linda from South Dakota. Monique from Columbia, Maryland. Shirley, we have 2 Alaskans in one night? Like, how does that happen? Oh, my gosh. Barbara's from gloomy, overcast Southern California. Well, that's unusual for Southern California. Rachel from Philly. Lisa, it's a beautiful evening in Long Island, New York. I love that. Marilyn says, hi, Marilyn from New Jersey. We have a Marilyn and a Marilyn joining us. Pam says, hola from MN.
Minnesota.
It is Minnesota,
Yeah.
right? I'm thinking, so funny, I'm going Montana. Well, what's Montana
Maybe.
then? What's
Yeah,
Montana?
MO, I think.
No, that's Missouri.
Oh.
Someone's going to have to help us. I know you guys will. So you keep watching for that, will you? No idea. Sharon's here. Patty's here. Stefan says package was sent out on Thursday, so hopefully it arrives soon. Oh, I'm so excited. Diane said hi from Tom's from New Jersey. Patty from Morton, Washington. And Patricia is from Reno, Nevada. We have a lot of Nevadaans joining us tonight.
MT, Billy says.
Oh, it's Montana. Okay, MT's Montana. Missouri's
Thank you, everyone.
MO.
Everyone's chiming in
They're all
with it
thinking,
now.
they're like, you ding dongs. Thanks, everybody. MT, got it. Thanks, everybody. And Susan joining us from Nevada as well. I mean, there's like a ton of you from Nevada joining us. All right, now that I'm pretty much caught up, I'm going to jump into what we requested. So I did a quick video, and I realized, because I've been doing this for a long time, I've been here for 18 years, and I was at our sister network, QVC, and I was the very first person on retail TV to ever do scrapbooking and crafting. It was with Lisa Burnson a gazillion years ago at QVC. And the other day, I put something on, and you all goes, oh my God, I remember that. I was just using it as something I was demoing, right? So we decided we would ask you to post something from the dark, deep depths of your crafting stash. And we got some great responses. So I'm going to go through those now. Thanks, you guys, for all having fun and posting. I also have a couple of these that are just cute ideas that we talked about or used a kit previously. And that would be my first couple. Yeah, all 3 used a kit that we featured in an earlier show. And then I'll show you guys your goodies, oldies but goodies, like we all are, right? All right, Nancy first. She did LDRS window dressing. Now, this was a card and a kit we featured last week. How phenomenal is that? Now, I will tell you, Nancy and everybody else, that is so much work to do that for. FYI, the stuff we have coming up today will make all of that, because it's a ton of dies, it's a ton of paper, that's a ton of work. It'll make all that much easier. So stick around again to see the products coming up. So Nancy, great job. That was our kit from last week, with LDRS. So there you go. And that might still be available.
It is.
Okay, if you go to if you type in on hsn.com in the search engine, I think it's HSN Gets Crafty, right? It'll take you to our own page that features all the products that we only feature on Tuesday night. DeWitt, is that right?
Yes.
And if it's not, is Jessica here? Or is she
No, that's right. HSN Gets Crafty on the main page.
Just search it,
Yeah.
and then it'll take you to all the products we feature every week if they're not sold out, and that one is a fabulous one, so I hope you see it. All right, Nelda, I just loved this one. She said, first time sharing here, my niece is a huge K-pop fan. I know what K-pop is, believe it or not. I actually know what K-pop is. And made her this card for her 17. She loves this cat. All done on Cricut. I did the shape by uploading the picture of the cat. All other elements are from different images on Design Space. How cute is that, right? Love it. She must have flipped, Nelda, when you gave her that card. That is adorable. Okay, this next one. Now, last week we featured, along with LDRS, Little Darlings, formerly known as Little Darlings, this actual die. And I actually brought it back tonight because it's a really, the things we'll do tonight are going to help you be able to do that a lot easier as well. But I wanted to feature it because somebody had that die or bought the die and made something. And this is Autumn. Hey everyone, new to the group. Thought I'd share a card I made with LDRS Creative Honeycomb Slimline die. I used another set of dies with it. Can't remember who makes those, which is I think is funny. But after watching the last video, I can't wait to try something else. So, what's wrong?
It's getting a little static from this.
Oh, you are? Am I rubbing?
Yep.
Okay,
There we
thank
go.
you. All right, now that was the kit, again, we used last week, go to hsn.com, in the search engine, put HSN Gets Crafty, and it'll take you to all these cool products if you didn't see it. Or you can watch the replay of last week's show to see what we did, because between myself and Angie, we had a lot of fun things you could do with it. All right, so here we go. Let's do now, we're going to call it Oldies But Goodies. Dun, dun, dun. This is Agnes. She's first up. Here it is, the Cuddle Bug. An oldie from my craft room. Never really used it, but would love to know how to use it. Maybe a good backup. Yes, 100% it's a great backup. I love my Cuddle Bug. And Cuddle Bug was from Anna Griffin. It's the original die cutting and embossing machine that you crank, and it looks like a little handbag, which is super cute. And it's still a fantastic machine. So Agnes, thanks for posting that. We have Linda. She says, Suzanne asked us to post items in our stash we haven't used in a while or forgot we had them. This is a sample of punches I haven't used in a while and a paper crimper that I don't even remember when I used it last. Okay, the paper crimper is there in the back, and I absolutely 100% remember selling that on the air. Whether it was a QVC or here, I don't remember, but I totally love it. It actually, you guys, it's so crazy. You literally put a piece of paper in there, and as you turn the dial, it crimps the paper. So it gives you this instant texture, and they had a couple different sizes, if I recall. But thank you. I got to tell you, Linda, that brought back a lot of very fond memories. All right, another Linda. This is awesome. Linda Hancock said, currently getting ready for a garage sale and weeding out my crash staff. Found this stuffed in a drawer. It's a HP Sprocket printer. I think I tried it out once. Was going to add it to the sale, then decided to play around with it. OMG, with an exclamation point. I realized the potential it has, not just with crafting, but for my other hobby of genealogy. In fact, I'm sure I can come up with other reasons to use it. Long story short, it won't be going into the sale. Yay! We saved a craft item from going into the garage sale. That is an awesome item too, and I was really happy to see that. I don't know if we have that. We haven't had that on the air in a while. Okay, I got two more I'm going to show you. That's it. Sue, she said, these are a couple of my old tools that she showed. Look at that. Now, if you guys haven't seen that, a lot of you know what it is, but if you haven't, that's actually an eyelet setter. So you can actually hit a hole. And why that little pad is beat up, it's because you pull it, and like a spring, it makes it knock it in. So it's almost like a spring-loaded hammer. Super cool. I loved seeing it. And then the snappy tray, which I love. This is great too. So if you're using a lot of glitter, what you do is it lies flat, but when you need it to dump your glitter back into the little glitter container, then that's what you use it for. Isn't that fun? You guys, maybe you still have one of those snap tools. I remember the eyelet setter goes boom. It goes, makes a lot of noise though. All right, so let's get into the fun. Anybody got any comments they want to share? I got to get to.
One more.
Loretta says, is there another one? Oh, I'm sorry, I did miss one. And I'll read Loretta's note. This is Joanne. I'm sorry, Joanne. Here's an old crafting item. Super 8 punches. I think we are memory keepers. They were a TSN auto ship, and then a few months later, they came out with the small ones. Yes. Oh, look at all those. Girl, that's her auto ship, you can tell, because you still have them in the bag. You need to pull those babies out, man. I totally remember those. And I have to tell you, it was so funny doing this. It really brought back so many great memories. Now, I'll show you mine. And it actually kind of has to do with the very first item that we had in the show. And this is really embarrassing, but if you're like me and you shop a lot here in HSN for all of our crafting goodies, you're going to totally relate. All right, here it is. Now, this was just a handful. I was on auto ship for these. They are from Anna Griffin, and they work with the Cuddle Bug, although I use them with her Empress. I use them with the Cricut. In fact, yes, you can use them with the Marquee, which is pretty cool. So here's how you know I've never used these. This is a set of 2. And I've never taken them off the top of each other. And this is not just 4 I have. I have a whole bunch of them that I really, really, really need to get out and keep using. But anyway, isn't that hilarious? And this is a snowflake, a Christmas tree. These are double hearts that are kind of cute. And then this one I really love. When I really started looking at it, look at that. It's a floral design. Isn't that pretty? Don't you think that would be a great one to use? So anyway, there it is. Nope, never ever have these been used ever, ever, ever. So there's my embarrassing deep dive of just a few things that I have not used in my crafting collection. So I'll get at it. Isn't that funny? So for all of us who are like me, like you, everybody who posted for me as well, what does this say? It says, dive deep, get in there and get that stuff out. Because really you'll go back and go, oh my gosh, I forgot how cool it was. And now, especially with our show, we really try to show you lots of ideas to use with things we have. You might think of some new ideas once you see, like Marilyn join me, because she's actually one of the most creative people I've ever met. All right, just really quickly, I just want to make a couple comments, then we'll get into this, guys. Loretta says, I still have the paper crimper in my stash. When was the last time you used it is the question. Paula, so far I have all the throwback items. That's great, Paula. Lisa says, HSN needs to sell the larger HP sprocket. That's actually an excellent idea. I'll try to pass that on to our team. Paula, I have, she has the spring-loaded eyelid setter. It just makes a lot of noise. That was the only thing I didn't like about it. Marilyn says, I sent you a copy of Green Sneakers Cradle Up. Oh, I did, and I think I sent that to you. Did you go to, remember I said there were some other people who had posted on the video?
I didn't have time today, unfortunately, but no, yeah.
Yes, because she actually has the original green sneakers. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, and I apologize. DeWitt has been very busy. So can you find it now, do you think? It's under, we'll try to show it live. It's under, when I did my video asking everybody to do it, a couple people posted there. So DeWitt's going to try to find it, because you're right, because I cracked up when I saw it. I was like, I can't believe somebody still has that. So we're going to get back to that, girl. We're going to try to show it, Marilyn. Lisa, remember eyelets? Yes, I have a ton of eyelets, and I need to use them, so I just need to get them out. Sue, I have those too. Linda, I have those too. Coletta, Suzanne, I have every one of those AG embossing folder auto ship. So do I. Wait, but the question is, do they still look like this, where you haven't taken them off? Connie says, OMG, I have so many that I've never, ever used. Amber says, it happens. Kathy says, I have them too, Suzanne. Jessica, I have the Create-A-Lope. There it is. That's Green Sneakers, the Create-A-Lope. Still use it. I even still have the Create-A bags. Now, that goes back to my QVC days when I was doing crafting there. That's awesome. Paula, I took my AG embossing folder apart and put them in her special folders and used a few of them. All right, well, good. At least you did more than I did. Anita, I have so much, Kathy. I have all these. Loretta, don't think I've ever used it, right? Anita, I have all those border embossers. Yeah, they're actually really cool when you use them, but I gotta use them. Coletta has Create-A-Lope. It says Green Sneakers. Do you find it?
I think so. I'm almost there.
Okay, so DeWitt's doing his magic. And there's also somebody else posted. There's a couple things posted there. So can we go to that page and just show them?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it actually will tie in well to our HSN group page, and I promise we'll get to crafting. Here's what happens. Why am I seeing all this stuff? It's because after 3 years, we actually developed this really fun page, and it's HSN Gets Crafty with me, Suzanne, and it's a group. And we're edging up to close to 8,000 members. I hope we get there in the next couple of weeks, and it's only been up for like maybe 2.5, 3 months. So we're growing really rapidly. What's my favorite thing about it is I get to see what you create. I've always wondered, and now we have this ability for me and you to share back and forth. And I love it because we help people ask questions, and everybody jumps in to try to help them out with answers. So if you have not joined it, please join. It's called HSN Gets Crafty. It's a Facebook group, and it's just a really wonderful, super inspirational people. You're all so creative, and it's just a neat place for all of us to gather together and help each other out or share ideas. Are we good to it? Do I need to move on?
I'll get back to it.
Okay, so we're going to try to get to it, but we're going to move into Marilyn because we know you guys want to see her and we want to get crafting. And so let's begin. And okay, here's what's going to happen. DeWitt, you have to put this on your notes. If we do not get to show the other folks' ideas, then I want to show them next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So because I know we got Marilyn and I want to get going on this. All right, so here we go. Now, remember I said that everything we're about to show you, everyone needs. There's not one of you who doesn't need this. And I'm going to start out with the first item because it's a massive value. And then Marilyn and I will both together kind of work through a bunch of the kits. So first and foremost, have you seen this? Have you seen this? This is called Die Cut and Bond. It is one of my favorite items in the whole wide world. Basically, it's so easy to use. You can make a sticker out of anything. Love, love, love this. Now, it is constantly sold out and constantly out of stock. For what normally is the price of our Die Cut and Bond, you can see it's a massive roll, right? You are getting the coolest papers, and you're getting 4 of them, and there's 2 rolls in each box. This is what's called the quick release die paper. And again, Marilyn's gonna explain how this works. For the price of just the Cut and Bond roll, we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, so you get 8 rolls total, basically for the price she's bonused in. Ecstasy Crafts has bonused in all the quick release papers. And when you see how these papers work, you are gonna flip your noodle. They're gorgeous and I love them. And they make any time you're working with dyes so much easier. So here she is, truly one of the most creative women I have ever met in my life. You gotta stick around and watch her whole presentation tonight because she always shares super cool ideas. It is Marilyn Olskamp. Yay, she's back. Hi, sweetie.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, welcome back.
Good to be back.
You know, you guys, your team and everybody there at Ecstasy Craft did a great job of putting together a series of kits that I know everybody can use.
Absolutely. It's like the staples of your craft projects. You need all of it to make your crafting easier and to create dimension and just make things, super easy, but also look so good when you're done. So like Suzanne said, there's something here for everyone, and we're going to get started. But
can I tell you?
I have a paper crimper. I have a paper crimper, and I've used it like recently. I make under a window. I use a paper crimper, and I make a little curtain. It looks like a little curtain underneath.
Oh,
the window.
please, of course. Marilyn, I knew it. Sorry, I forgot to ask you that too. Isn't that cute? That's such a good idea. See, she has great ideas. I do want to say Lucretia's on. She said, I ordered the die cut and bond the last time you mentioned it, and she says she loves it. Carol says, I have the cut and bond roll, but have not used it. Linda says, I love cut and bond. Brenda's, I do it a while. I love cut and bond. I want to make sure I get all in here. Everybody's saying hi, Marilyn. Julie says hi. Marilyn says hi. Brenda K says hi. Jan says, I got really hooked with TV shopping when you were on QVC Crafting when you just first started. Your little one was just a youngster. Yeah, still carrying that baby weight 25 years later. Okay. Amber loves the die cut and bond too. Well, if you don't mind, can we start with this so people can understand kind of the magic of this kit?
Sure, sounds good. This is my little vintage crafting item. It's a stencil. It's called a shadow stencil. And you used to have to cut all of the pieces out with an X-Acto knife. But it would look like sort of what they have now from the edger stencils, where you get part of it's cut out and part isn't. Anyway, that was a vintage item. So
thanks for sharing that. I've never seen that. That's so cool.
So the die cut and bond roll, it's 25 meters, which is about 25 yards of paper thin adhesive that you can actually tear or you can cut. And it works really well for creating stickers out of items. Now, I've used it in a few different ways. But if you want to add it to your paper, it's easiest if you just pull it down and then add your paper on top. Now I have a little bit larger paper, but I can just add it. And whether you have colored paper, white paper, it doesn't matter. I've got all my little items over here. They're sticking to it. And then you cut it, and then you can die cut it. And I was trying things out, and I could actually cut 120-pound paper with this, as well as my dies. I did have to go over it twice, but that's how well it works. So I'm just going to cut it here. And then basically you can just die cut. Now I have a few things already ready to go because it works like making everything a sticker. So Suzanne's going to die cut something there. But I wanted to show you how you could use other things with it. Because it's one thing to just allow you to add things to your projects, but it's another thing to use other items that you might have. So this is kind of what I'm going to do is use some gilding flakes. And a lot of people have those, but haven't used them as well. And they go way back. So, but they kind of modernize them with new colors and a variety of colors. So what I've done is I have a piece of just cardstock with my die cut and bond on top. And then what I'm going to do is just place a die cut here. So this is just a die cut from black. And I've just pulled my die cut and bond back a little bit so I can get it adhered. And then I can pull the rest of it away. That way, you know you're going to get it placed perfectly. And then what I also use is this protective cover. I put it on top, and that allows me to press down the die cut onto the die cut and bond. And now what I could do is, because it's so sticky, I could actually add glitter to it, but I'm going to do that in a different demo. But what I'm going to add are some gilding flakes. So if people haven't used gilding flakes before, it's kind of like gold leaf. It's from Cosmic Shimmer. This is called Summer Meadow. So they're really light, flaky bits. And you don't want to have the fan going or the window open because they will go all over your house. But you just basically put some down. And then I have a little piece of foam I'm going to use to spread them. And they're just going to adhere to the adhesive of the die cut and bond.
That's great.
And then what I get is a design that looks like the bear moving through the forest, and you've got like a beautiful sunset behind.
Did I tell y'all how good she is, right? Now everybody's gonna be like, I gotta do that trick. That's so cool.
So if you have gilding flakes, or I don't know, other people call them different names. This is gilding flakes, but really it's gold leaf, or that usually the usual colors are silver, gold, and copper, but this has a variety of shades in it. And then you can just see how it is beautiful. And that's how simple it is. Now you can use double-sided tape, or you can use your die cut and bond, or you can cut strips and make borders of the same thing. So lots of ways to use the die cut and bond. I'm going to move this out of the way, because the other thing you can do with this, with the die cut and bond, is if you die cut a sentiment, I have to find my sentiment in my pile of things here, you can also add glitter. And so glitter is, I'm just trying to find my sentiment. Anyway, but you would, instead of, you would cut your sentiment, you would cut the die cut and bond, put the die on top of the die cut and bond and cut it out. And then you will have the adhesive on the top of your design. And then you just add glitter. But it's so strong that it will just adhere glitter as well. So those are kind of fun ways, because if you have a sentiment and you want it to be glittered for your project, then that's all you have to do. Or if you have a design, something like this, you can also apply glitter behind it. So I'm just going to show you, because I can't find my sentiment, how well it works. Now this is just, it's microfine glitter, and I'm just burnishing it in with my finger. And then you can see how I now have a glitter paper. So if you had a die cut, you could make it a glitter die cut.
You know what's fun with that one too, Marilyn?
So they're not,
is when you're doing letters, you know what, you can cut out a letter, same process, and then, you know, sprinkle the glitter on it, because you need that sticky, and then it gives you that overall perfect stick every time.
exactly. And you're going to be able to match your project. Like if you had a purple design, you wanted a purple glitter paper, but you didn't have it. Well, if you've got the glitter, you've got the die cut and bond, you're ready to go.
That is very true. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Everybody's asking. Sorry, Marilyn, hang on one second. So if you guys want to know, how do I get this? All you have to do is down at the very bottom, it says HSN, shop the items in tonight's live, and you hit that, and then you can buy what we're getting. And again, just a reminder, for the price of this, and you like, it's so cool because you can see, look how I'm keeping little pieces of this over here. And this is a strip that I'm keeping. I keep it actually, this is my roll, and I put it back on the roll because that will stick on there but doesn't remove the adhesive. You can just take a little teeny bit, and then all of a sudden when you're using your dies or whatever, you're going to be able to cut out a little flower, a little something. What I'm showing on my Marilyn just real quick is, this is a throwback kit, not too far throwback, but a little bit, and it's from Motion Crafts, and they do these really cool kits that have movement to them. You can see there's a whole bunch of different cute stamps, but there's a whole bunch of different dies too. So when you do this to me was, and I'll show you my finished item in just a second, but I had so much fun because when you have that overall sticky backing stuff, I can literally, and you'll see me do it, I will, oops, got that one the wrong way, turn that over. I'm going to stamp everything at once. I'm going to stamp it onto paper, then I'm going to back it with the die cut and bond, and then I'm going to run it through my embossing machine, or excuse me, yeah, my embossing machine, my die cut embossing machine. And so what happens to me, for me, is it takes a whole lot of steps and really reduces them down. Now that wasn't a very good job at stamping, but you guys are going to get the idea. And so what you do is now I'm going to take it, I will do a piece of the adhesive. And again, remember I save all these little scrap pieces because it's funny because they stick beautifully back onto the roll. But once again, I would, this is just to give you an idea. I know this is kind of bad how I'm doing it, but the whole thing, I want to make a giant sticker. So if you're doing a project, Marilyn, like for example, I don't know, Marilyn, if you saw that one I was featuring where it had, from Little Darlings, it had a whole bunch, I'm really screwing this up. It had a whole bunch of little pieces and parts. This is a great way to get a whole bunch of stuff done, and you're seriously doing it in one pass. So now I would go back, I'm going to use that die, I'm going to use this little guy, and again, guys, you know I'm doing this too fast and it's not going to turn out right, but I'll show you my finished project. Now, I would run this through, and all of a sudden, those images have become stickers really fast. So it's not like I cut, color, and then have to use another thing. I can just do it all really in just a couple of simple passes. So once you start using this stuff, you'll totally, I think, absolutely fall in love with it, like a lot of you are responding to on the comments as well. And here, I'll show you, because I screwed that up so perfectly great for the live event. You know I did a backup. Come on, kids. Of course I did. Right here, these are the parts and pieces. And what's the coolest thing about it is now this piece that I made and colored, that's a sticker. It's ready to go. And I made all of these at the exact same time. All of these you see here, so all these guys are now instantly stickers that I only had to do in one pass. Ta-da! And with the rest of the stuff still to come, I will build this little special card for you. So stick around, because you're going to see the other stuff that's going to make it, I think, even more fun than it already is. All right, Marilyn, I'm sorry I kind of went on for a little bit, but what are you doing there?
Well, I thought I would also show everybody the quick release paper. So we all have dies that the die cuts stick inside them, and then we try and pull them out, and then it rips our little die cut, especially for the very fine designs like I know this die, which is a Sentiment Mr. and Mrs. It always gives me trouble. Or this one, because they're very fine lines that the dies, I'll just show you a little easier to see there. But when you use the quick release paper, the die cuts just fall out of your die. I always think it's because the dies are very narrow and the paper is easy to get stuck inside. So when you're using sentiments or other more intricate dies that give you trouble, then that's what you want to use. And basically what you do is you would put your quick release paper on top of the paper you wish to cut, and then you put your die on top. And then it's almost like wax paper, but it's not the same as wax paper. It works way better.
I agree
and it's
with
so
that.
Pretty that it's really nice to use. And with the package, you get in each box, and you get 4 of them, you get 2 rolls of the quick release paper. So you're going to get 8 rolls total, which means you're going to be very happy. And there is a serrated edge here, just like aluminum foil or plastic wrap, that you can cut it on. So you don't even have to have your scissors handy when you're using it.
I'm going to show everybody.
But
I'm
it
doing the
works
same
really
things.
nicely.
Let me set this up so you guys can see it. So what happens is it comes out like this, and then you just need to get the size you want. Okay, and I'm going to show you. So this is Anna Griffin dye, and it's pretty darn intricate, right? So what you do is you're just going to put that down first, then you're going to lay it over your paper like this, and you know what normally happens? It's just a booger to get that out, right? Out of the dye itself. So watch what happens, because this is like magic to me, Marilyn. I always crack up because it's like a nonstick pan. It's like a Curtis Stone nonstick pan. They slide off the dye. They like jump at you when you go to take it out. It's so little effort. And usually, watch, here's what happens. Here we go, the big reveal. And then look what happens, okay? Ta-da! Look, so that's I gotta tell you, some of you will use this paper as part of your decor. Look how pretty that is. Like, you won't throw this piece out. I would totally use it for another card. But look what happened. Instead of having to pick, you know what you normally do? You normally have to get this out, and then you've got to get in there, like you were saying with the sayings, and you got to pick this all out to get it to lift off, and then you end up tearing up your die. But look at how intricate that is and how beautiful it came out. Now, Marilyn, I do have a question. Can I do my die, my paper, and my die cut in bond all at once?
Oh, sure, because
Okay.
the quick release paper is very, very thin.
Okay,
so
great.
You should be able to do that, no problem.
But look at that, how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm so not throwing that away. It says crafters. I'll put that away. I know I'll use it on a card someday, I promise. But yeah, and remember, you're getting 8 rolls of the quick release paper. And to your point, Marilyn, it literally is like the non-stick paper for crafters. It just works really well.
Exactly.
And if you guys are online and you actually use it, Coletta says, can you use the quick release paper like a collage paper or a rice paper? It's so pretty itself. Marilyn, do you want to answer that question for me?
I haven't done that, but I would say go for it. Try it. I don't see why it wouldn't work that way. I think you could easily add it as part of a collage. I think so. Absolutely. Because you'd have some sort of adhesive behind it, or like Mod Podge or something, and then just put it down. I think it would work.
Yeah, I think that, I definitely am going to use mine on a card. That turned out so beautiful. How in the world would I waste it? So look, you're getting triple duty when you get this stuff, right? Really quick, Kathy says you will love, all capital letters, the quick release paper she'll get to soon. Have used it for years. Your die cuts come out so easy peasy. Love it. Tess says, I love paper piecing, but find it hard to get the quick release paper. Well, we got it in stock, girl, and it's a massive kit. Candace said, I have this and love it. I even use it with my Cricut. Oh, that's a great idea, Candace. Barb says, I still have the original sticker maker machines. Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have brought an X machine in. I've got one of those floating around somewhere. Curly Sue's loving this. Coletta said, we talked about Coletta's. Karen said, very cool. I love the freedom, flexibility the sticky paper offers us for any specific machine. Thank you for all the ideas tonight. Pamela says the paper's so pretty, right? Like, you'll crack up. You'll totally use this. And Patricia says, I ordered it. Can't wait to get it and use it. I just want to give you a heads up, guys. This is normally the cost of the entire kit. I would, if you can swing it with 5 flex pays tonight, we have 5 flex on all crafts right now. It comes out as $5. You get this huge, giant die cut and bond roll, and this will last you a very long time. And then you're getting 4 boxes. There's 2 rolls each. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've never offered this configuration, and by God, I'm so happy it is finally back in stock, because we can't get it, sells out. And Marilyn, you were telling me it comes from like Australia, so it's really a lot of shipping effort to get it. So when and I've only featured this maybe twice in 3 years before, maybe once, no, twice, I think. So we've got it back in stock. Everybody loves to get it. And for the price of this, you're getting 8 rolls total of that beautiful quick release paper in the kit. So that's huge. Now, Marilyn, my producer, telling us to move on to our other kits. So let's do it. You ready?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, now
Which
I
one
am
are we
making
gonna
my.
do next?
Well, I think, because I saw you were kind of ready for it, let's do, and everybody grab that. I'm not kidding you guys. If it sells out again, it's going to be months and months and months and months and months before you get it back. Let's do the dots kits, only because for me, this is another one of those. Remember I said everything we have on the show tonight, everyone can use, right? So here we go, guys. This is called the foam mounting bundle. Now, whenever you're working on cards, and Marilyn will go into it much more in depth than I can, you always, when you can raise stuff up, there's so many techniques you can do with just raising things up and to get some lift behind it. And they put together this massive, fantastic kit. I love this kit so much, and we'll both be using it. You're getting the foam mini dots, you're getting the foam dots, okay? You are getting the foam squares. In black, you're getting foam strips, you're getting foam mini dots, and foam squares. Plus, this is one of the coolest things you'll ever use. You ever try to work with stickers or any kind of little things and you just can't get your fingers on them? This is a wax stick that comes with it. It helps you pick up and to place your projects when you're using it. And then they even included a pair of really awesome tweezers. So again, when you're trying to use your sticky dots and you're trying to place something perfectly, this is going to help you out to do that. That, again, how great, girls and guys, is this fabulous kit, okay? Here we go. $23.95. That's it. 5 flex, any major credit card, $4.79. And it does come with this really cool reusable bag. I thought that was super clever. And that's everything you're getting in this kit. And to me, it's a must-have. So Marilyn, if you will, share your take on why you love this foam kit.
Yeah, well, I really like dimension to my cards. So this gives you the foam strips, which are amazing once you start to use them. I'm going to just add this. So this is a frame onto my design, but you can see it's so easy because they're nice and thin. They will fit on those intricate frames that you might have. And you always just make them flat because you don't have anything to fit in the little area to raise them. But these are going to work great. I love them for frames. And the other thing they're great for, I'm just peeling back a little bit so that I can place my item perfectly. But they're also great for shaker cards because you can make the little shaker box with the strips. So that's another idea. And you can see here how I'm just pulling it away. And this one. But what I really like the strips is for your frame. So you can see how I now have dimension here around my bear card. And then I can add another little bear who's somewhere in my stash of stuff here, just on top. And then that would be for dimension as well. And then what I really like about this kit is that you get white and black. And people might say, well, why would you need both colors? Well, because when you have black items, it's really nice to use a black foam dot, square, or strip. So this card I'm going to use, so you can see I have a frame ready to go here, and it's very narrow. And so I'm going to use my white foam strips here. And then on my card, I have a black lantern that I'm going to add, and that will be perfect with the black strips. And that's, or the black little foam squares, because then you're not going to see that, the black, you're not going to see it. If I used white, you would see it once I add it to my design. And they're also, they have a good adhesive on them, these strips. So they're going to adhere to your designs.
It's funny, Marilyn, you know, I made all my stickers with your die cut and bond, right? And
Right.
I forgot I was going to raise them, so I'm just going to work with it here.
Oh.
And just so you know, all this stuff you can see that I just put down so easy. Notice I haven't gotten a tape runner out yet, right? So that's why when you do these big, especially when you do these projects that have all these little pieces and parts, and you can just run them through all at once and color them in, and then you die cut them, everything's instantly a sticker. You're not having to grab your tape roller over and over and over again, trying to, you know, get some adhesive on these projects. This one.
Two questions, Suzanne.
We do have two questions, yes.
Janine wants to know, and I think the answer is yes, is the die cut and bond and the kit the same size as what you'd get if you purchased it on its own?
Yes, yeah. The roll, yeah, that's a great question, actually, yes. Okay, guys, let me show this one more time while we're here. This ginormous roll is exactly what we normally sell by itself. That's what normally we sell here on HSN at, what was it, 20 some dollars, right? I don't remember the price of it. I lost my card, of course. What's the price on that, on the kit itself?
$25.
25. So normally this is $25 by itself. It is the full size roll, okay? And just remember, you're getting all of this quick release stunning paper, 8 rolls of it, 4 boxes. Basically these 4 boxes, you guys, again, this is the best value we've ever done on this. If I were at home, honestly, I would 100% stock up on this, because again, we can't get it in often. You'll love it too. It's so good. But these are basically thrown in with this. So you buy this and you're getting these fabulous rolls kind of as a bonus, just for free, really, if you've ever shopped for it before. So yes, exact same size as the full size. They didn't do a mini or anything like that for this configuration. And I have to say to Miss Marilyn and everybody from Ecstasy, thank you for doing that as well, because it's nice to get such a humongous value on that.
Absolutely.
And Joanne wanted to know about the tweezers. Those are the ones
Tweezers.
that come with the kit?
Yeah, hey, yeah, you can see. So Marilyn, talk about the tweezers, if you will.
So the tweezers, I've got a few things going on here. They have a nice little cap to keep them together, to keep the ends together. And they're nicely curved. Again, you can see how they're curved. And that allows you to pick things up really easily. So I always use tweezers. They're my go-to tool, actually. I use that every day. And it allows you to peel off the little backgrounds for the foam tabs as well. And you can just very easily place your items down.
It is. It's so much easier. And I've got big old fake nails, and they're thick. So it's always really hard for me to pick up anything really minute. And you know what's funny, Marilyn? I think when we are doing, like, I just love last week's kit where we had all these little flowers and little teeny things. And you get so excited about getting a kit that has all those pieces and parts, but then the very next second you get super frustrated because, you know, you're just trying to fiddle with it. It drives you crazy. And if you guys missed out, I don't think it's in stock, but this one, this little snail mail, look at all the little dies. Like, that is a lot of work, but when you get these dots and you get the quick release paper and you get the die cut and bond, these become much faster and much simpler to do. You just knock it out really quick. You can see I've done all that. I have yet to use my tape runner on any of my project right now. And I'll show you too. See the dimensionality you get when you start using those little dots? So if you're short on dots, this is a massive dot collection and gives you all that kind of extra dimensionality. Also, Marilyn, because that card is so unbelievably stunning, can you talk about the pencil when you get a minute too?
Yes, I was just using my little pencil to add some jewels or gems to the corner. So you can just, I think I'm a little off. So this is a little gem I have, which is sticking to my finger. But so it'll just pick up the gem and then you can add it to your project. So the pencil's great. I know there's lots of jewel pickers and those kind of things, but this actually works really well and will help you just pick up those like sequins. I find they go everywhere and they stick to your hands. But this will work really well to pick those up as well. So it's great. You're going to get everything that you're going to use over and over again with this. And you can see with this card that I made here, so lots of dimension, right? Like a background scene. And then I put the lantern on with the black foam, with the foam squares. Now, the other thing, sometimes you might say, well, I need something that's a little bit smaller, but this foam squares you can also cut, right? So you can cut them in half. And I often do that. So I just take a pair of scissors and I'll cut them in half. So then I have a little bit thinner item. And I never cut too many, and then I can just peel them off the background paper so they kind of stay there. I usually have one line cut in half so I can just grab them when I have something that needs a smaller item. So just cut them. And then it's so nice to have the option of dots as well. So you get the small dots, the large dots in black and white. You get the small squares in black and white, and you get the strips in black and white along with the tweezers and the pickup pencil. So lots to do. And then here, I was just going to use this again to quickly show you why you might want to use the black. So this is a ladybug here. I'm going to, again, because I like dimension, I'm going to add this is a die cut, but I'm just going to add the ladybug red on top. But because I used the black foam tabs, then you don't see it. It just looks like black on the bottom. And then because there's a little bit of adhesive there, if you have a trick for getting rid of adhesive, the sticky part of it is just use your, this is like a stamp pad you rub over your paper if you're going to use embossing powder, and it'll just take away that stickiness. So that's a little tip.
Oh, that was a great tip. Thank you. Hey, by the way, guys, I am so sorry. A whole bunch of you are going to kill us. The die cut and bond and the paper release, it's sold out. I'm sorry. I just gotta let you know, when I say get it, you gotta get it really, really fast. Like, I'm not joking around, right? Now, let me update you on the foam dots. And for those of you who are, and again, this is a pretty basic kind of project to do. It's fun, it's funky. I raised a couple things. Obviously, it's not quite the level of Miss Marilyn's finished product, but if you're brand new, just by raising things throughout your card or the scrapbook page you're making completely changes the whole look of the card. It's not so flat and dead. And I want to go over this kit again. Now, this I did. Unfortunately, I'll take my Eiffel Tower. I'm keeping that because, of course, I'm going to use that. I love that. But here we go. So I will tell you, if you are working with, have you guys seen the new diamond? I mean, they're not new, but they're wildly popular. You know what I'm talking about, Marilyn, little diamond dots or whatever they are. This thing is worth its weight in gold. And again, because if you're grabbing up, I love adding any kind of gemstones. I love adding sparkle to my cards or any projects. You will love this. And it's a nice big long pencil, so that's going to last a really long time. But once you start using it and you're using it to place things in projects, you won't know how you lived without it. You get the tweezers, and these are beautifully made. They're not just your flimsy kind of little wimpy tweezers. Now, remember, in the black, you're getting the foam squares, you're getting the foam dots. These are the big guys. These are the smaller version. This is the mini, and this is the foam strips. And again, a little section of these will just go a really long way. You'll be surprised at how many projects you'll do with just this one kit. Then in the white, that's your squares. There's the mini dots compared to the big dots. Can you see the two? So that's a big dot, and then these are little teeny mini dots, which are super cool. And so you get the foam dots, the mini dots, and the squares in the white in this configuration. So this is the, let me slide it over. That's the whole thing, guys. And just like that die cut paper, the die cut and bond, please don't miss out on it. Because, you know, Marilyn, it really does make a huge difference with the finished projects if you get that raised effect. I just think cards and everything look so much better when you raise the elements up. And there's so many cool techniques
Absolutely.
about doing multiple raising that you can create by using these dots.
Yeah, and you can take your dies to a whole new level. Like I had the die with the bear, but I could just cut the bear out itself and then add it on top. It's on my table in front of me somewhere. I just can't put my fingers on it right now. But we also had the Sticky Specs kit. So if you missed out on
I apologize. I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, daggone, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, tell us what's in the kit and what do you do with this one?
So this one is a package. It's called Sticky Specs. It's micro adhesive. There's 4 sheets, and they're A4 size sheets, which is just a little bit larger than 8.5 by 11. And you can cut them to whatever size you want. But this is another adhesive, and it's, I think it complements the die cut and bond, but if you missed out on the die cut and bond, then you might want to pick up this. So there's adhesive. I'm going to pull the protective layer back, and there's micro dots on this. And I can lay a die cut down on it. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do these butterflies. So I'm putting this upside down, and I'm putting another one right side up. And then I can just, the protective cover, don't pull it off. Then you just rub it down, and then you're going to have edge-to-edge adhesive on your die cuts. So I'm going to add, this is butterflies here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add butterflies on each side of my ribbon here. So this is a layering die that I have. So I put 2 layers together, and I could put the layers together with the Sticky Specs as well. And then I'm going to take my other butterfly off my Sticky Spec sheet, and I'm just going to put it on top. So now I have the ribbon in between my butterflies, and then it's not coming apart.
That's
The
great.
Sticky Specs will make anything into a sticker as well. So Suzanne's doing a die cut, but if you had a chipboard, if you had MDF board, if you had money, it will hold money to something like a penny. It holds ribbon. You can put ribbon on the Sticky Specs and then pull it off, because it's always hard to add ribbon to your projects. I think I use it the most, though, for my sentiments, because I can just put my sentiment onto my Sticky Specs, and then I can rub it down. And you just keep reusing it. You never take off all of the Sticky Specs in one spot. So when I was cleaning out my craft room, I must have like 100 pieces of Sticky Specs, because I just keep them thinking, oh, I'm sure I can get something out of that.
There's something left.
There's something
left. I wanted to show you this one. This is what we worked with last week, and it's this really complicated honeycomb. And it's kind of funny. I wish I would have had the quick release paper when we did the honeycomb last week, because when I was playing with this last week, when you released it, there was just stuff everywhere, and you had to pick stuff off, and it's kind of crazy. So what I did was, in the quick release, using the sticky dots, I don't want glue here. And if I was running through a machine, I would have all these are called stringies or boogers. We call them boogers too. And what's neat is only the dots attach to what's touching it. So when she was saying, hey, used up the rest, anywhere there was an open area on my honeycomb, that's still there. So I know I could go back down and keep using all the empty spots. But now I don't have all those little stringy boogers from using a tape machine, or even a tape runner isn't very successful, because you're running full length and you'll have all these little extra tape that pops through the open areas. So that's why these sheets are so awesome. I really loved your idea. One of my favorite things is when you're using not only ribbon, but lace, because again, you don't want that kind, if you have lacy dies that you love to use. This is another great example. I ran this one through using Oh no, I don't have anything on here at all. So watch this. I just use the quick release on this. So again, what would I normally do with all these little lace edges? There'd be a whole bunch of sticky through it. So I'm just gonna take a new spot right here, lay it down. Yes?
Someone wants to know, is the Sticky Specs permanent adhesive?
Oh, that's a good question. Is the Sticky Specs permanent
Great
adhesive,
question.
Marilyn?
It is permanent once you've placed it down and you rub it down. But if you, okay, I'm going to add a little sentiment here. Well, to be fair, when I use Sticky Specs for my sentiments, I like to use a used area, because otherwise, if it's very fine, you may rip it, right? Because it is quite strong, the adhesive. So that's why I save my well-used pieces for my sentiments. And you can just move your sentiment around a little bit if you think, oh, this part is not very sticky, but this one's still pretty good. So, and you can keep using it and reusing it. So when I put my my sentiment down initially, and if I'm not happy with it, I can lift it back up for a short period of time. And after that, it will become permanent. So you do have some wiggle room, and it does have adhesive. So I have some adhesive there. You can't see it, but I can see it. And what you can do is, if you have an adhesive eraser, then you can just take the adhesive off. And then I can place my sentiment down again. I don't have to pick up any more adhesive, because there's plenty on there and there, and that will still work well. And then what I also like to use it for, so this is edge to edge adhesive. So it's great. It's not going to come off or pick or curl up. And you don't have all that extra glue bits around. But what I also like to do, so I didn't adhere this down. Usually I glue it down. But what I can do, if I noticed a part of my project is lifted up a little bit, I can just slip the Sticky Specs underneath it. And then I can lift it up. And then, okay, now it's actually tacked down. So if you've got that little area that's just lifted up, just slip your Sticky Spec sheet and just the edge underneath, it'll adhere it down.
That's a great idea. All right, Miss Marilyn, I just want to show everybody too, like again, this lacy doily that I had is from Anna Griffin dye, has all these little open spots. And if I was using a tape runner back there, it'd be all this sticky stuff on top of it that would drive you crazy, and it gets stuck on the card and the envelope and everything else. With the sticky dots, that doesn't happen. They only adhere to where something touches it. If there's nothing, if it's an open area, then it's not going to adhere to it. So just wanted to show you that. All right, I'm going to get a couple comments in. Marilyn, you got any last couple things you want to show us real quick?
Quickly. So my Sticky Specs, it's great to add, like, so when you have a little bit left over, you can just add it to a design, and then it will stick glitter. It will stick the gilding flakes. So in this design, I made this for one of our kits a while ago last year. And those are gilding flakes. And I just added that with my Sticky Specs. So I put one of my well-used Sticky Spec sheets, and I just put it over and added a little bit of gilding flakes. Oops, I think I got a little too much there. And you just rub it over, and then you've got another little addition to your design. So I just added this. But it's another way to just add things to your projects. So they stick, as I said, they stick everything from MDF, money, ribbon. It just makes everything very easy. And then one time I actually needed to hem a pair of pants, and because I didn't have time, I just ran my Sticky Specs and it worked.
That's awesome. Hey, we got a really good tip. A bunch of you guys are getting the foam dot kit, and I love this. Kathy said, and can you do the overhead for me real quick? Kathy is 100% absolutely right. What happens is a lot of us, when we look at the foam kit, use the dot and you think, oh, well, I got to throw it out after I use all these gazillion dots. No. She says, don't forget, you want to use all the positive and the negative. So you're going to use the dots, but don't forget all of these little pieces can be used, the whole darn thing is basically what Kathy's telling us. And that's a really awesome tip because a lot of people forget that it's not just the dots. So if I am doing just a little sticker or a little sentiment, right, and I want to pop that letter up, I'm just going to use that little leftover piece and that's going to pop it up beautifully. So Kathy, thank you for that reminder, because when I first started too, I'd get done with the dots and I'd throw the rest out. I'm like, what an idiot, I can use all the negative and the positive. So trust me, these even go farther when you use all the little bits and pieces. So thank you, Kathy, that was absolutely great idea. Sticky specs are great, that's what Amber's saying. Inga said, great idea, Kathy. Jan said, yeah, the die cut and bond is now sold out. Sorry about that, guys. Pamela says, I have some sticky specs. They work great. So she's got the sheets, you guys, that we just featured. And again, there's 4 sheets. And just like the dots, you'll be pleasantly surprised how many times you're going to use these before you actually use them up. It'll take a long, long time to do that. Patricia loves that tip. Coletta said, these are great products. I'm going to try them all. Chan says, tried to order but already out. I don't know what's out. I know the die cut and bond is sold out.
It is, yes.
But the other 2 kits are still available, right? Okay, so we're sticky specs, we're still good on, and the foam dots we are still good on as well. But like I said, when we started the whole show, it's as something that literally everybody who's watching can use this, right, Marilyn?
Absolutely. You're always going to need adhesive, and like Suzanne said, adding a little bit of dimension to your projects changes the look entirely.
Yep, totally. All right, Miss Marilyn, we love you. Our time is up, so I have to say goodbye. But thank you so much for this kind of look back to some oldies but goodies, and then of course getting this that darn. Sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. Look at that. I'm all cattywampus today. Oh well. Anyway, but thank you. It's been so much fun, and I hope you guys can get that the die cut and stick back in quick.
Yeah, we'll try.
Okay.
Well,
You
thank
guys are
you.
so good.
It's been a lot of fun. And have fun crafting, everyone.
Thank you, dear. Good to see you as always. And by the way, look, this is my ADD kicking in. Even though I think I've never been diagnosed, I swear I haven't. Or my OCD. I guess that's OCD when you got to fix things, right? The one thing I will tell you, though, we'll try to get it back in as soon as we can. The kit that completely sold out. Please go to hsn.com, or all you do is hit that bottom thing, and you can shop for all these products really, really easy and fast. You want to get there early, and don't forget you do get the little wax pencil to go with it. A couple things people are saying. Thanks, fun as usual. Love it, guys. Trish said the black pop-ups are going to be great. I have so many times colored white pop-ups to match the project. Yeah, people take a Sharpie and they'll color the exterior of a white dot because they don't want to see, because the black dots actually sort of become invisible on a project. So great tip there. Julie, another fun time. You're welcome. Janet, I got the die cut and sticky specs. Good. So you jumped in fast for that. The sticky specs will really change everything too. You'll be really pleased about that. All right, let's see. I think we got to run now, right? Am I over time?
Couple of pieces of business.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, couple people's, thank you, I'm DeWitt. All right, couple things. Thank God you cannot see this table. It is like the hottest mess. Here we go. Good news, everybody. June 4th through the 7th, it's Craft Cuts Craft event.
It's a lot of craft.
Why did they call it that? I'm not sure. Biggest craft sale of the year going on hsn.com. All crafts are on sale. $7.50 ship your craft cart for the day. Hello. Now that's June 4th through the 7th. So for those days, you're not going to spend more than $7.50 to ship all your crafting goodies. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7, you got 4 days to take advantage of that. That's huge. HSN2. Okay, next week, if you missed out, we actually took over HSN, the big network, about maybe 3 weeks ago. And it was very successful. It was really fun. But because we're a little bit short on time planning the next one, we're actually going to do another takeover, but it's HSN2. Now, I'm going to be shooting a video of how you find HSN2. You can see it in our streaming services, and I'll be posting that. So what we're going to do, you can join me live here on Facebook. You can join us live on YouTube if you want to. But we're going to take over our sister network, HSN2, and go live there. And most of that stuff's all replay. So that's going to be really fun. I'm excited about it. That time will be announced. I think it's 11 p.m. I think they're going to put us at 11. We don't know on HSN2, though. It could be earlier.
Yep.
Could be. So I'll announce that on our Facebook group. Also, Anna Griffin, she will be back for 2 hours on June 5th from 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon with a special 2-hour event. Some big things going on for all the crafting cuties out there, right? All right, guys, as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Join us next week. We will announce the time on our Facebook group page, so please join that if you're brand new to it and have some fun with us there. I love you, crafting cuties, so much. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the air soon, and bye for now.